Hey y'all, it is March 27th and I'm getting ready to go ahead and start getting holes burnt in the garden fabric, the weed fabric out by the chicken coop garden, and we're going to burn holes. First of all though, before I do that, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, as I need to do a head count on how many cole crops that I'm going to go ahead and put in the ground, burn that many holes, and figure out my spacing. I also need to think about what else I'm going to plant in that garden, because I don't want, if the sun's coming up this way, here's the garden, the sun comes up, sets on this side. I need to think about the height of these plants. So where I'm going to put stuff, I'm going to have some cabbage, broccoli, what else do I have? Brussels sprouts. I might even go ahead and get my onion seeds in the ground. So we're going to use this to burn holes in the fabric. We're also going to go ahead and install, these are the hoops, so in case we get like a late frost, I can run out and put a frost cloth over those hoops to help protect the plants. Now they can tolerate down, if it's gonna get below 32, I'm gonna go ahead and cover them just to be on the safe side. But I think that they can tolerate down to, like the upper 20s. But if it's 32, I'm just gonna go ahead and cover them to be on the safe side. But also I'm gonna use this bad boy and a hammer. So I'm just gonna take it, set it on the ground where I've burnt the hole in the fabric, take my hammer down, pry up some of the dirt out of the ground, put my transplant in, pat it down, and she's good to go. So having said that, oops, about bang this, that would not be good. But having said that, let's get started. Okay, the sun comes up here on the left side, so I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff on the left side down this row right here. Okay, there is the cabbage, the broccoli, and the purple cauliflower. Now, I don't want to knock any of these over. We're going to take this torch hose and start getting them in the ground. Okay. Here's the first hoe, and that scorches it so it won't be fraying. We'll put this in the ground using the hammer and the crowbar. The dogs cannot stand that I'm not letting them in here. They'll get over it. See that? How simple that was? Y'all, I checked the ones that I planted last weekend in the garden over there that's not fully protected, and some kind of critter ate one of the 4 of these cabbages that I planted over there. It's completely gone. So I don't know what it was. Yoda. Right. There we go. First one's in the ground. Let's get the rest done. Okay, so that's what it's looking like so far. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put row covers on these, because the more I'm thinking about it, and having that one over there, the one little cabbage plant that's more out in the open, something picked it away. It could have been a bird, it could have been some kind of insect. I'm not sure what it was, but I think I'm going to do a row cover here to deter, like if it is a bird or something like that, so they can't see in here to come out here and demolish plants. But there we are. I'll continue to get this done, then we'll come back. Got the first row done, but before I do the second row, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my hoops to see if I can space this second row close enough over to this one to where I can hoop them both, but also have enough space in between rows. So let's go get the hoops and test out how I'm going to do this. Thinking right here. Well, it went through. And then put that in our second one. I'm going to burn one hole and get one plant in the ground here and bend this over and see how she looks. So I said I was going to put it just inside the yellow line. All right, let's do one hole. Y'all, my little plants, these little broccolis look sickly, and cabbages, or cauliflowers, I mean. Look at that. They were not happy. There's the little wiry roots. Maybe they'll get them in the ground. They'll get some more nutrition out of the ground and pick up. Probably could look in getting them, well, I was going to say nitrogen fix to get some leafy green growth. But I think chicken poop should handle that too, and the chickens have been over here pooping for months, so we'll let them stay out here for a couple weeks and see what they look like, and then if I need to give them some kind of a fertilizer, then they should have enough true leaves on this. Like this is right here is the true leaf, and these are the little starter baby leaves that gives it enough energy to form that true leaf. So if they don't get enough nutrition from the ground to keep producing more true leaves, then I'll come in with some type of fertilizer for leafy green growth. Okay, so we're going to take this one and we're going to put it on the yellow line right here. Right there. Oops. Okay, we're in. Bend this over. Like that. There we go. Got our first little hoop. and it holds in both plants. So when I cover that, I'll have a coverage for both of these rows. So let's get the rest of it done. I'm gonna go down and burn the hose first. Okay, we need just go from here. Okay, so I've got these all planted, and I am worried about their size. They look a little stunted, so since we are around 5.5 weeks till last frost, I went ahead and put seeds of the same plant in each hole. So we'll do a little experiment to see if the one that I planted by seed directly in the ground versus the ones I started a few weeks ago that look stunted, to see if they grow, to see which one grows better. And then we'll just clip out the weaker of the two in each of those holes. But we've also got this got this ready for the frost cloth if we need be. And I'm going to go ahead and start the onions over here in those spaces. So let's get that done. You see that little bulb part right there? I want that to be just surfacing the ground so that bulb can see the sun. Now, when I get through with these that I started from my own seeds, I'm going to go ahead and also plant the bulb ones that I bought from the store, so we can see a difference as they grow throughout the season of the ones started from seed versus the ones that I bought at the store. So that'll be a little comparison to do too. Okay, so I've got these planted. You can see about how deep where it's starting to ball up right there. I just got it at those at that level. And this one started from seed on January 1st. And this is the ones I bought from the store. So you can see they're bigger. So let's get those in the ground. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. Hold on. Okay. So you're just gonna place them in the ground. Get that ground loosened up. Like that. And I want it to be slightly looking up, that bulb, to have a little bit of sun to it. And we're gonna compare too, like the ones I started from seed versus these. And it'd be kind of neat to see side-by-side comparison, how they look. Y'all, I cannot wait to eat some blooming onions and put these in soups. There we go. I love the smell of dirt. The smell of fresh dug earth. Okay, so let's get the rest of these onions planted over here and we'll come back. All right, y'all, that concludes all the work for outside for today. Next, I'm gonna start on some sweet peas. You gotta go about 2 or 3 leaf structures up and then nip off the top, and that should hopefully tell that sweet pea plant to bush out. I'm also gonna start some regular peas that you eat on wet paper towels and Ziploc bags today as well to get those started. So hopefully I can get those out in the ground soon within the next probably week and a half to 2 weeks or so. So let's get started on nipping these sweet peas. I'm going to open the doors to the sunroom so some breeze can start coming through on these warmer days, so I can start hardening off some of these plants back here. You know, if the wind's blowing them, it will strengthen those plants up. And I might also go ahead and put some sweet peas outside for a little bit at a time. But let's get started nipping these sweet peas. So I'm leaving 2 to 3 leaf structures there. This one's already trying to bush out there, but we want to encourage bushing out so you'll have more flowers. These are pretty big. I'm also going to consider starting to put these outside so they can start acclimating to outside temperatures, so I can get them planted outside in the ground within the next couple of weeks. They do need to kind of get out there and get hardened off a little bit. I'm gonna get this done and I'll be back. Okay, these are all snipped off. They're topped and ready to go outside to get a little bit of acclimation. So I will take these outside every day I'm going to put them in the shade or under a tree to acclimate them for about probably, I'll start out maybe 30 minutes the first day, then maybe an hour the second, third day, and then maybe up it to 2 hours the fourth and fifth day. And then at that point, we'll see if they can go maybe half a day, and then for a few days, and then they should hopefully be able to go outside in the ground within the next week and a half to 2 weeks, which would put me about 4 weeks from the last spring frost. They can tolerate down to upper 20s, and if you get 27, 28 degrees, I would probably put a frost cover on them just in case, but they should be fine pretty much at this point in my grow zone of zone 6. All right, we've got a nice breeze coming through. You see all the plants kind of waving back and forth. Got the doors open, and that will help harden these plants off so they'll get their sunshine and the wind and get them starting to get them prepared for getting planted outside. So we'll leave both doors open and let the breeze come through. All right, that's it for now. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.